Texans made their voices heard in the primary elections last night. I want to give you a live look inside the Williamson County Elections Office warehouse receiving room. Those bins nearly stacked to the ceiling are from voting precincts. And throughout the day, we've seen workers processing ballots after a chaotic election night.
Yeah, yesterday, long lines at the polls led to a lawsuit and court order that extended voting hours at 2 polling locations in Williamson County until 10 p.m. But later that night, the Texas Supreme Court ordered the county to set those ballots aside while a legal battle plays out. Well,
this follows a lot of confusion and frustration over the change to precinct-specific voting locations on Election Day. KVUE's Jessica Chaw's in the newsroom to break down exactly what happened. Jess?
Well, Mark and Ashley, I went to multiple polling locations yesterday, and I saw lines of voters stretching out of the door and around corners and down to the sidewalks. Now, today, I spoke with a voter, Tara Spoons, who voted out in Hutto yesterday. She tells me that she waited in line for 4 hours. Now, the county switched to precinct-specific polls on Election Day because the Wilco GOP decided to run its own primary rather than letting the county facilitate it. Now, Spoons says there was a lot of confusion among voters in line, and a lot of people showed up to the same spot.
I don't want to speculate because I like to see the good in everyone, but I do know that it did impede the process of voting. A lot of people left because of it, and going forward, this doesn't need to happen again.
Now, whether or not this will happen again, either in the May runoff or in future primaries, is a decision that will largely lie with the political parties. The county election office's attorney tells me he plans to meet with leaders from both parties to suggest changes for the runoff.
The Republican contract allows them to make changes for the runoff election until April 15th with us. Obviously, you had incredibly large turnout on the Democratic side as well. We expect both the Republicans and Democrats will work with us to try to have a more efficient runoff election.
I asked Wilco GOP Chair Michelle Evans to sit down with me today to talk about the election. She declined our invitation to do an on-camera interview, but in a statement, she thanked the voters who powered through confusion, writing, quote, "The Williamson County Democrats threw every barrier in our way to ensure that Republican voters would be disadvantaged by refusing to share polling locations, misrouting voters, and blaming Republicans for the lack of Democrat polling sites." She also said, although it took more manpower and effort, that the party is encouraged by workers' dedication to ensure election integrity and ballot secrecy.